for FUT, right? They've been arguably a top 3 team regionally, looking very
Not safe,
solid,
man.
very set.
Okay.
Looking obviously to get themselves into that
Gentlemates on
first
defense,
place
FUT on
position if they can.
attack.
However, on the other side, Gentlemates in an absolute sea of changes, right?
The
Coaching,
bait-in is...
players, whole lot going on, and not the start they would have wanted here. 2-for-1 trade in favor.
Still, you got me for this one, or... He's silent. Bro's just silent.
Trying to capitalize on a timing there. Just didn't get it quite. Was able to reset a little bit.
Says he's got me, then doesn't even talk about the whiffs. That's insane.
Through market.
The timing, right? Yeah, Jay gonna go down.
Back to a 3-on-3.
I got the spike.
But there were steps then. I'm pretty sure this got heard. I think Bears should know this. I thought he would have had even more with that, but they give themselves a chance here. Whalers is on the way pretty quickly. He's kind of playing in through tiles. You've got the safer wrap coming out from the tank, who's still got the wall, still got a heal. Now, HP-wise, it's looking
Whalers?
pretty solid, of
When
course,
does he check?
for Gentlemates as well. So the time's going to be on their side.
Oh, he just checked. Okay.
Whalers gets past it. Okay,
Big 1v2. Dude, they got the wall as well. Should just be done.
7. So a little bit more time to play with here.
Sage wall for the defuse.
It's in. Oh, and he went for the swing on it.
Very, very nice.
Gave it a go.
Even with the
Gentleman's
whiffs.
get the first
The
under belt.
actual
Josh,
setup
what
was
are your
great, though.
expectations of this game? So
Like,
you
they
kind
actually
of,
should have got
jumped
more.
through that a little bit, but what do you make of the thoughts, X? I kind of like what Benji was saying on the desk about almost a honeymoon period with all those changes coming in.
We saw that from Giant X as well about, you know, a little bit of a change can spice things up a lot. And I think we're...
Paranoia,
we will
it's a bit
see
to the left.
To that degree.
Well, they're right.
It's going to be a scrappy game. If this last round was any indicator of it, going from a 4-and-3
What's
with
their
a double
actual
opening from
comp?
FUT, and then going down, having that Cypher lurk up through market.
Their comp's
kind
kinda sick.
All the way down to the 2-on-2.
People that watch the stream a lot know that I'm a big Sage fan on this
And
map.
I do think Gentlemates do well in that. You know, the mechanical side just comes into play. It's not like
So,
aren't good at that
at
themselves,
least when
but
I look
still,
at this
think it
comp,
could work
like
for
over towards B, you just hold back a
That's
side, then you
ideal for
Sage
FUT,
wall.
actually.
They do like
So yeah,
Here
I
comes a
guess
little bit
that's
of
how
a
they just play this with
retake on
cages.
this A main with that KO flash, the paranoia.
This comp is cooking, man. I like it. Can't reclaim much, but
Gotta be careful here. Nicely done, getting 2 down. Supports on the way.
hey, that's a great start as well. Really, really
Now
nice.
Lucia flawless. Gets them in a really good position. That was a whole lot of Bulldogs. Even that Phantom in there, a very expensive second round, and they get to keep all of it.
That little tug of war happening there. First, it's Gentlemates. Sorry, it's FUT that takes the control. Then Gentlemates is trying to retake it. Then the retake.
The trouble with B
then,
main
you know, just the back and
trip.
forth
I
was
mean,
so
they got
nice.
KO nades.
And Gentlemates cleaning up really nicely there at the end.
Not the worst.
Yeah, I kind of like to see them all just fight together, flying. As soon as Cadaver got that kind of contact, they're there with him. No one fighting alone. So let's see what FUT do now. They got themselves into this rifle round. The bonus, of course, for Gentlemates, but it is very well equipped. Maybe more of a patient standard beginning here, somewhat of a default to lead in with.
Yeah, this is great though.
That late knife.
Like,
Gentlemates
Gentlemates actually get to. Oh boy, what are we doing?
An even split around the map for FUT.
2 personnel. Do you know what I like about this? They've used no util. So do they really think they'll be brave enough to push all the way down? Doesn't look like it, but trades are still great.
Just on the corner, re-clearing it. It felt like FUT were considering there could have been an opportunity, and CNED's found a massive chance on that B site. Picking up Natank. Now, does he know about Whalers? He might have a
Do you want to breach on this Gentlemates comp? You gotta get rid of something for the Sage.
Still have to come back over.
So
Very, very scrappy openings. Gentlemates.
normally teams would
their
lean into the
bonus round,
Cypher,
trying to get a little bit
but
aggressive on A main, losing a couple players with
think you
only
can
one
make it work.
trade. Instantly, Natank tries to go equalize at B, gets taken out. Now 4-and-2, FUT's grouped up.
Yeah, one way's there. No one going to be disrespecting that, but Wingman, not
yeah,
not a problem for him.
they can
He
after plant
goes,
over towards B
plants in.
until as long as the
Now,
Sage
they've
is
gotta
dead.
know some of these players are Whalers trying to join back up with Bayaz, who still has 2 flashes, but it'll be very difficult to address this, especially when we've got a player going all the way around the world. You know, depending on how they want to approach it, they can either pull the trigger late or play it back in, but they're safe and they're going to get the timing just right. So for Gentlemates, very difficult. The first tap on the spike in a fair fight, but it's found by Outer Captain and looking for the follow-up as well. Bayaz now down low, giving it a go.
Very, very nice.
He's dead.
Only the
CNED
one death.
got
That's
him in
great.
the end. A nice round there, only losing out on Mr. Fallen.
Only one death. That's a really good start when you want to go into, you know, starting to come back on your attack side. Converting that bonus round. Great opening picks here. I love what we saw at the end of the round here with that Omen smoke perfectly positioned. He took the time to line that up where the spike was just narrowly outside of it, so they could see when the spike was being defused and it perfectly spam that defender trying to defuse it.
Okay, an operator
Op comes out, they got fast rotate in terms of Omen ult as well.
Round. TP coming on for Cadaver, that's about it. The rest, pretty far off. CNED still 3 off from his.
Chat, relax yourself. Com's not doing ask me anything, man. He's just here to watch the game. Relax yourselves.
Very slow opening for FUT, round after round, going for these contact plays, but the op up for Takas.
And he's found it. He's found so much value at the start there. CNED had got his value last round in a similar way, kind of slowly playing out towards B. But here's the kind of counter lean, I guess. Is
Kronos, thank you, mate.
Control.
Appreciate the prime.
And they've already shown that presence, but look at the pivot as well. FUT now heading back towards this A site.
Ooh, boy.
J.
Yeah, and you can create... Yeah, that's a nice reaction. And they kind of realized there's no trade, there's no one over towards middle. Wall, and they can just focus over towards this. Yeah. Omen flash to stop them from getting out towards site. Dude, the util's great at the moment. Playing from the smokes, they can crossfire. Dude, he wanted to TP into site and ate the knife as well. The util's incredible at the moment for Gentlemates. Oh.
How did they just flood that so perfectly?
Oh. Wait, what? Dude, how'd they 2v4 this? I need replays. I need replays on replays.
Honestly, Gentlemates had a grip on that.
They were gripping there. And right from the start, Takas with that op at B main getting that opening pick. Because the way that FUT's been kind of contacting around everywhere, it was a great opening. But instantly, FUT realizes, hey, op's on B. Let's start working our way towards A. J with a huge flank timing up through middle. Gets
one through smoke. Oh, wait, that's a nice shot.
The opper, Takas. But this cleanup, the 2 versus 4, was it a cleanup?
Oh, yeah, they fragged up pretty heavy.
Just crazy how they just grinded through that.
That is obscene work from them.
Yeah, devastating round for Gentlemates.
FUT, you know,
awesome to an eco, chance for FUT to get some ults, to get some money.
Steps are there, but then the break back in was just outstanding. Now, a little bit of a different start here this time. Very early progress being made. The captain much deeper than before. Some of that util being broken on towards B, but you can see the drift back here.
This is a big tell. Because FUT didn't follow up and break that trip, they know, Gentlemates knows it's got to be A, but they're walking right into the captain.
They have no idea.
Oi. Good turn, though. Yeah, that was impressive.
B does go down. They are on sheriffs, they are on pistols. It's still not much, and they don't have the opportunity to cover off every angle. These two look dead to rights, but they're holding on for dear
No way. No way. There's no way he gets that kill. Wait, this is really falling apart. Official didn't get anyone in either.
Surrounded and in a little bit of a pickle here. They've got to be careful. Wall goes up. Quick little grab onto the sheriff for himself there to tank. And one of the avenues of approach is shut down. 35 seconds. Where do they go? You got Whalers trying to secure it. They can't pivot anywhere else.
Yeah, they walled off the officials. They couldn't pick it up. Do they expect this guy here? 25 seconds. If they go now, they got enough time. Yeah, you got enough time.
It's going to be a tight timing. They can make it through market. If they cut through middle here, I don't think they have the time to go all the way through B main.
Oh, the Omen ult is huge.
Got a Vandal too.
This is massive. He's in the right place, but does he play it just right? He's got. Look,
Get
he
one
had a
and
smoke
live.
back up. I thought he might have invested that.
Oh no, not little bro.
It's not as clean as you like now. It's getting dicey.
Did little bro get it in time?
Spike is going down. It should be fine. It is. And now a 2v2 post plant. Cracks took some damage there. Cadaver's got them pinned at least on the site for now, and they're sticking around. They're staying for the fight, and they just slice him in half. Now Whalers has to try and walk back in. Wall on his lonesome. Gonna lose track, lose a bit of a beat where FUT are. How does he clear this out? He's got his camera still, but this is tough. Cracks on that slightly deeper off angle. Gonna make it difficult. J even got his cam ready in case, and the off angle is rewarded.
It's a life run from Wingman.
Managing danger, because that got deadly on A, Josh.
That's 5 rounds in a row of just scrappiness happening back and forth. You thought for a second, like, oh, FUT has a pretty good.
They were pretty much in control the whole time.
But Gentlemates with the
he just had to commit to a swing earlier, but I get it.
How that first opening kill from Ada Captain happens. He dodged that. It would look like the perfect pop flash. Turned it like it was nothing. Okay.
Who will see better?
Well, let's get the FUT fans to translate some of this for us. I heard the giggles. 2 to 3 now. Generates back on a purchase here. We do have Takas with the ult. See if that comes into effect. Already seeing very early progress.
Sunset's been doing good at least on the buy round, just holding aggro over towards A. This time they don't want to hold this with 2 people, got fast rotate and
TP up towards that little spot above. No one being noted there. Got to be careful of the copy, but they should be just fine. The tank on the swing,
shots, man. Krax is hitting some shots
going
today.
Towards FUT. That's the site now under control. Krax still has market as well. This is a huge position.
Bro, the skin is so distracting. That's what the reload looks like.
Utility behind, lovely from Takas. Pops the ult. Cadaver next step in. As a little stunning shot from Mr. Fallen. But this needs a lot. He's 1 off from his ult here. It's just a tap. That wall was in
it's
the
so
way.
winnable. This is the 1v2 spot.
Flash in. He's got 1.
Ooh, what's his HP? 5. There were a lot of good shots in this round.
And you're right, this is just going to be a brawl the whole way through, isn't it? This is just one of those games.
I think the way that both teams are playing right now, how FUT does all these contact plays, how they're setting J up to do a lot of these lurk plays through middle, through market, and just how with the Sage wall coming up, isolating angles. Hey,
I kind of dislike how Gentleman's are playing B, but this wasn't like the best example for me to criticize it. Because they did good at walling and caging over towards B main so they could isolate the dual on market and people coming out of market. I would much prefer them to just hold back a site when you have a Sage. I feel like they fight a bit heavier than I would like. But maybe they fought a bit heavier in last game. I didn't watch it.
The camera's got info on main, and the paranoia is going to come in from the back lines.
Which skin am I talking about? I don't know what it's called, man. The one with the cat. This guy.
Happens to the best
One where the
of
cat's
us.
flying
Josh,
around your screen.
Don't judge. But again, J kind of being inserted up towards middle. Play this out a little bit if he fancies. But they're going to have to re-clear B main. They still need to kind of clear through this one. Takas has taken that space. It's going to cost them util.
And the full gamble away from A as well. They don't care.
Okay, and normally most people won't shoot that boom bot. Yeah, this is normally like a tell with that stuff because teams have got pretty good at like shooting drones to create pressure that they might be checking areas. But a lot of the time, boom bots, they'll just let it clear the area. And the fact they shot this boom bot earlier, FUT are like, well, if there's no one here, they're not going to shoot it. They're not going to take that risk to swing to try break it. So they use util pretty much knowing that he's back there.
They were trying to target towards market, and actually that's a massive reward right in the back lines. Whalers gets cleared on site, and it was Cadaver who got out of dodge. He's the one who avoided that
just
rolling
saving
thunder
this.
from Mr. Fallen, but that's going to be a save.
196 Martinez, thank you for the 5 months.
It was just very well crafted.
Yeah, it was a nice hit from FUT. Again, I still don't like the way Gentlemates are playing this comp over towards B, but this is also a good... Yeah, this we're still talking about now, right?
A little bit better, maybe take Natank, put him part of that pack who's doing the fight. If someone goes down, they can get the trade, they can get the res, use that wall to protect that a little bit, and then they have the retake potential still for
I think I'm on board with that.
Ultimate. But it seemed a little limp where we have just Takas is alone inside of main. Where's the backup? The paranoia came out, you had the control, you know FUT's going to retake it or speed up on A. Why are
yeah, sorry, FUT did good to realize why is this boom bot getting shot.
And again, we are seeing kind of the new freedom to Gentlemen. We have to see how well they can kind of play in these situations without the coaching staff that we came to know behind them. See how it fares going forward, as they are going to pump the brakes here. This is the timeout they're going to be calling. Now they've got those still same 3 ults that they had just a moment ago, so they still got those to bank on, but
I don't know if they're going to have a full buy behind it, and this is going to be something that they have to realize, hey, well, we have the weapon saved, but what do we do with the last 3? Do we want to do a light investment?
Need to make tank top jerseys like the old C9 days?
Capitalize on these ults, or do we want to potentially let these ults simmer for another round here?
Yeah, it is tricky, isn't it? Because I'm looking at the money, and I think you guys can see it as well. Yeah, so Takas down on 2K, Bayaz as well around that spot. So, I mean, maybe they can get something.
Get a hero gun.
It won't be a full purchase. And on the other side, you start to see the trend of rounds as well. The first 2, of course, the pistol and the follow-up looked good for Gentlemen.
Oh, looks like he's dropping sheriffs instead.
Once in these buy rounds, they are starting to tilt towards FUT, which is, I guess, what you'd expect if you're looking at the position.
Gonna watch Americas later? Yeah, I'll stick with EMEA until this is done, though. It might be a little bit late for the first game.
I can imagine, not only this map, but the entire thing. it is good news for FUT. They'll be happy enough with that. They've been starting to, you know, build back into this, even though the scoreline still sits at 4-3. Let's see what the buy looks like for Gentlemates coming out of their timeout here. They shouldn't have too many seconds left on this one. No, indeed, we're back into it now. So, yeah, rounded out with Sheriffs, it looks like.
If we look at kind of how the scoreline is shaping up, though, FUT has 4 basically gun rounds to Gentlemates' 1. And that is a very good indicator of how FUT is feeling.
Cross map knife. He saw it early though. They know that KO's over towards A, which kind of gives you the indication that they're fighting over towards A.
And Gentlemates has a pretty good idea of how FUT's starting these rounds. 2-1-2, 2-2-1 type of openings here. Getting that B main control.
Oh, the shoulder there. And the tank's one of the 2 players who have the Vandal, the rifle. So going to see him invest the heal towards himself. Get himself back in the better position if he can. So I don't even think the others have armor. So, you know, tell a lie, Whalers does. So maybe he could consider dropping out to him if that becomes a possibility. But for now, the swing. Good from Cadaver to find 1, but that's one of those 2 rifles gone now. Can't really be policed too much or done too much with.
Yeah, and they're just going to hold on to this rifle, right?
Right. And I think you're absolutely right. They should switch those weapons off, not only for the HP, but
yeah, and
there
they
is
dump
that
this rifle
as well. If Natank, he's the one dueling, he doesn't get to res himself. But if
swap it,
Whalers dies and Natank gets a trade, boom, you can get that res off.
Jackass now.
I probably would have liked Gentlemates to be a little bit more proactive with this one. Like when there's a gun down, it like so this round here, when there's a gun down, it kind of creates 2 options, right? You're either trying to get the gun, throw it away, or you're either fighting heavy, or you're either insta-reacting over towards B. But pushing B here with numbers, you're either going to realize that they're fighting the gun, or you're going to have like an idea that they're going A. I would prefer them to be a little bit more proactive.
Something that really springboards them in.
I think if they get a kill on the site and use that Cypher hat to get the
just
information
a little bit still.
to approach it,
I think that's why it warrants it more.
Otherwise, probably save this Vandal into a next round. I mean, they don't even get the orbs. It doesn't do anything. They all have ults. All they do is get FUT closer to their ults.
Yeah, 2 off from the fish ult for Cracks as well. Pretty nearby.
I hope the timeout that Gentlemates took wasn't for this round, but for the round coming up now. Because
I mean,
they need to be able to convert that. If they don't convert that,
it normally is for the big buy round.
Not only this lead, we know how much momentum-based this team is. If they get their foot in the door, they're going to start running away with the half, and they're going to feel even more confident, take these duels. They're already winning the duels, and it's just going to make them even more confident and start snowballing.
That's what we're waiting to see. How does it look going in now? Gotta see what
money's starting to get out of control. Money's starting to get out of control.
It's this 9th round.
I like to see this, so that we drop instead of the lower. Money's buying it. Gentlemates, 4 people now over towards A.
I mean, to be fair, the Guardian on Neon isn't exactly bad, so that'll be fine, but
the setup on A, though, is screaming to me that they want to do something aggressive, they want to do something together, and they want to do something where they can capitalize on that Sage res. But FUT is not here at all. They are doing the same opening, but they have nobody towards A here. They realize they're just going to smoke it. We go back to it after the first 15, 20 seconds of the round, and here we get to see it. Mr. Fallen on his way back.
Oh, it's so close.
The pressure of not seeing
so close to breaking the trip.
The map and losing that market door now.
It's hard to stay in a stack like this, and that might just draw them back.
Just that one stun.
That's keeping 4 players here. Obviously, Mr. Fallen doesn't know how many players are here.
Dude, look at the call from FUT here. It's incredible.
He's noted something.
This fake util over towards here just in time for them to hit over towards site. I tell you what though, Gentlemates' comp is really, really good at retaking, right? They got the Sage wall. In theory, they should just fine with them taking B site every single time, in my opinion.
But yeah, the chase bin is so often. This time stunned.
No way. There's no way he got that. It was a nice shot. Hey, 4v4 and they play over towards B site. This guy needs to make sure he stays alive. Just stay alive. Don't even need to fight this. Keep it away. They all do that. It still should be fine to just wall. Just wall defuse. You go for this wall, right?
You've still even got Wingman there with Cracks too.
That wall is still up for Natank. That will be their saving grace.
I can see him looking for it.
Yeah, someone's got to swing though, so we can actually get there with the wall.
Get that wall going. There it is. Now this in front of it. Jackass! And now can he get there in time? TP. He's going to get there in the last couple of seconds. It's time.
Okay, nicely done from the tank. Figgy still has time. Lovely, well played. This is what I'm talking about. They can just do this all the time over towards B. Like they have to force FUT to fight on site, and that's not that comfy.
It was at a captain, but the tank knocked him off that wall. Like Humpty Dumpty, I don't know.
Hey, it worked. And again, I don't know what the game plan was with that 4-play stack, but it kind of worked. I thought this was over. When J is just
the 4-player stack was just to get a trade and
that
res.
Trade was so big. That res, that flank from Cadaver there, even just being able to, he got spotted, he stayed alive after. It is so important to stay alive because if you're alive, you're pressure.
Yeah.
If you're dead, they realize, hey, we can all focus on the site. Big
Oh, we go aggro as well, and J.
That's a small change up here.
Ooh, I like this slow to make sure we can't have a peek on that. That was a nice reaction to this. They also create a question mark over towards middle with this, so they got to reclear this at one point.
Have to maybe clear this again if they fancy using this later on. Yeah, you can see them running through some of the, I guess, replenishable utility.
Infamous, hello, hello.
That's not an issue. Just making sure he's not lingering around anywhere else.
What? Surely not.
Clock,
Thank you for the 6 months.
Hey, pretty absent.
They know that J has been in middle a lot. He's been a thorn in the sides. They want to clear him out together. Once they clear this out, they'll have good rotations.
Going really fast over towards here. Now, what enough is this going to be like? Yeah, yesterday could just annihilate them. Oh, they hear him running?
They hear it. Easy catch. Chips go down.
There shouldn't be any reason he checks this. Oh! What was
Wait,
that
it was a headshot.
Please get it back.
Wait,
what? That is wild. Just heard the fish ult go in as well, I believe. Cleared through sight. You got the backline being watched. Cadaver has been.
Ooh, nice shot. 41 HP and ults to get out of there.
Some bailouts coming in from Gentlemates here. Now they want to get the plant down.
And they killed the Cypher, so there's pressure over towards here. This guy's running though.
Backline feels unsafe, but it's being checked again by Mr. Fallen. You've still got CNED.
Yeah, they want to join together so they have Sage Wall. Fish ult picks up.
There's a second go of Thrash as well. Looks that's 2 players spotted on CT there. Good info. Waiting with the Dizzy. Could help CNED.
The Cypher user is really going to help him here. So he just wall off right side.
Going to be seen. The Dizzy was good, but he's got to keep them at bay here. Isolate a fight. He can't do it.
Wall defuse.
Again, steps towards the site. Start that defuse. Get that pressure building. The wall's in as well, and you can see them starting to have to fight, have to face this. The tank is seeing this one, but it's running low on time. I don't know if they've got the time for this.
Holy, dude, Mr. Fallon is real confident in the timing of that.
Down to the wire stuff, though.
I don't know if he thought he got off it or what, but that was a lot of confidence there.
So close.
Back and forth all game, and it really started from that first round as well. That pistol, it set the pace for the rest of the
Wow, what a shot, man.
That was quick as hell.
Yeah, it was a beast. Still starting to see good signs with the Sage, though. I do think they can still play this a lot better, but
that raise paint shell
I like some of the stuff they're doing.
Right there in action, just knowing he can take this. I'll be okay. It's not gonna, get me here.
Hero gun.
Go back in. But the problem is, these up and down rounds, the back and forth is going to be keeping the money of Gentlemates in a really rough spot. Just that Bulldog, couple of Sheriffs, you do have that Neon ult, so maybe might see that make an appearance if it seems like it could have some impact.
Gentlemates has had good gamble stacks, but they need to pop flash here.
And CNED is just disrespecting this. He's happy to walk out. He's been rewarded a couple of times from it too. This time decides to back away. And see what FUT decide to do now with that first blood in their side.
Not ready yet.
The 2-2 split for Gentlemates is not ideal for them.
I know exactly where.
That hat's going to reveal
Take a lot of space from middle here with this.
To either site, they're going to go straight into the beat split through market.
Yeah, the pace now. Pain shell going towards the back of the pillar. Oh, the
stun.
tank, careful. He'll luckily get away, but you could see there was
and they probably fight more on site this time.
Chip damage came flying through there as
well.
well.
Yeah, learning from the B main round that happened earlier.
The underhand flash. Yeah, Ada Captain was
it's going to be if Sage is... Okay, now they can go B main if they want. Not that it's the best plan, but...
His work cut out in middle. Almost being baited in. J. That is nasty. Got to know where these final 2 players are, especially off the ult that came through from J earlier. And hello. That's going to be a good amount of info. And seeing it clearing one.
Dude, he really wanted that kill so he could get ult though.
Stuff there. And see a Flawless kind of navigating all those potential threats, making sure they didn't walk into that Bulldog either. Everything ticking the box here.
7-2 basically in rounds after that second round. Gentlemates picked up pistol, picked up the next one, go into bonus, and FUT from that point on have won 7 of the
they've been
last
so in control.
9 rounds. Full control of this, winning out the duels.
Okay, most likely Fingers of B default to get this ult.
Really
So do Gentlemates want to try fight this?
Including the Natank with the 1 second left on the spike defuse.
No, FUT look good here.
It looks like it's going to be a freebie.
Gentlemates again. Under the burden on them here to try and get back through a little more. Get a couple, I'd say a couple more rounds, get what they can out of this half really, but...
This is an attacker smoke, by the way. Enables Cracks to get across here. Listen for some info.
That's a nice question mark they can place. What does FUT do now, though?
They're already talking about this, so we're going to be stunning this, sending it in. Double satchel with Razor.
Seen Eddie's looking good today. Now, if he looks back towards middle, they could be in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, the only small hope for Gentlemates on this one is the Sage Wall, and to hope that FUT kind of play it wrong and give him a lot of space.
Inside the captain sat in the corner. Whalers had his eyes set on one, but still the trades are all perfect from FUT.
They got 4 after winning a pistol. That is savage. Is attack side of map though. Martha Barnes, hello. 16 months as well, man. I appreciate you, dude.
Those next steps and look at this post plant setup now. Look at the stall. Mosh goes in. The knife not even confirm it. Yeah, it's beautiful. FUT. This post plant is nearly unbreakable. Kadavra can make a go, but he's taken so much damage in just that first attempt. This is looking like a strong half close here for FUT. They want this one done. And the captain bounding in, beautiful.
I mean, FUT played this really well. Their whole comm struggles at clearing info. They were taking a lot of B main, a lot of mid control. Like it was just working the whole of the map.
They had a couple of good gamble stacks. There were a few rounds that could have gone a little bit in their favor.
Yeah, all they can kind of do is just dry peek a lot of stuff.
The thinnest, slimmest of margins.
Lofar said it was defense sided. You were shocked. What, this map?
I wish their executions of some of their ideas.
Lofar's just got one of those brains, man. He thinks different. He just thinks different. Hates Sage.
We've seen them get lined up on multiple occasions where, you know, people like Out of Captain was able to
Reyna.
line them up.
The Reyna one I can kind of get on board with.
Find an opening kill and stay alive for FUT.
I get it.
Getting instantly traded.
Other agents have better util, but Reyna's still a beast.
They need this pistol though if they want to have a chance in this map.
Yeah, 50% of their rounds came from the pistol at the start, really.
Yep.
They need a bit of that to go forward.
Oh, Dilla, what's up, bro? I find a nice way to word stuff, yeah. Kind of made a career out of that, actually.
Back away. Actually gets... Ooh, he's stuck here now. How much... Oh, and the tank with a great shot on Cracks. And the
good start.
Stunning from Gentlemates.
Double pistol?
That should be the sight on a platter. You couldn't ask for a better beginning than that. Plant should be... almost instantaneous. CT locked off as well, and they've got late mid presence.
Yeah, I love this.
Man,
This is OP.
My camera is destroyed.
Just this pause, just getting a cipher over towards this pause with either kind of camera.
On contact. There it is, all preemptive. Didn't get out of captain, but still, an attack now with 3. Beyond for the ace, who knows? Just that classic looking so good. That could have been 5, but it gets halted at 4. But great progress on the ult as well. He's got a lot going from there, but beautiful round. And that's enough to at least keep that scoreline within touching distance.
A couple of the things that we didn't get to see that round were 2 things. One is Natank actually put the Sage Wall deep into the defender spawn there. That's how they were able to fully focus on that A link. And the other thing was how Whalers approached the flank through middle. He was sitting behind there, but he didn't start to progress until FUT showed their hand at A link that they wanted to start that retake, and then Whalers was going. He was securing the round, and he played that perfectly. He didn't get a kill. But that's the hidden impact type of thing that sometimes you make the right play, you don't get rewarded for it.
And the reward for their success is a pretty beefy buy. You got Van
looking some kind of steal them
all
out.
sorts here. Bulldog as well for Bayaz. Just Whalers sitting on a Ghost and Kadavra a little lower down on a Spectre, but still on the other side, just classics. And looking like they want to set a little bit of a trap towards middle. That was maybe the game plan. Whalers got to be cautious.
Stun flash.
Isolated fight, no chance to catch anything here. Whalers up to the task now.
Does he get chased here?
He does, and he gets closed down on Yellowjay.
Yeah, and they know there's a rifle over towards spawn, so they're going to hunt him.
Down on the sites. They're still trying to hunt down Kadavra. Oh, good pick on out of Captain. Should be
They handled
safe,
this really well.
Nice from Gentlemates, and the tank is one away from his ult already.
And only Whalers going down there. He had a ghost, not a big investment into that.
Yep.
What we need to see, though, from the tank is, we didn't get to see it in the first half, was that as soon as he had that res up, it was 3 or 4 rounds before they did something where he was part of the pack, where he was able to be in a position to even use the res. We need to see it where he's with his team here, and he's able to capitalize on that res, sending someone in first, probably Takas, maybe Beaz.
Okay, first big buy round.
It's been Kadavra, I feel like. That's been on the
Bonus is
opening
legit.
duels for most of the,
Where is this
the
going?
game for this team.
Yeah. And I saw them toying with the idea of an operator there, but deciding against it. Takas. Well,
Backside here, so if you duel out, they're stuck out in the open.
Set the tone and tempo.
Can't jiggle you, so you can only focus on the left side.
Has that mid-control with
Kind of nice with a B main, so it looks like a hit.
Really
You can potentially get a rotate that's going over towards middle. There's 2 of you go middle. Got a Sage res now as well. Dude, this guy could just dual B main the whole time, right? Once the smoke goes.
Where Bears is off to as well. Checking on that back line. Where do they decide to finish on this? You've already got 3 players from FUT on B. Hard for them to work against. Smoke from the other side of the map going back in.
Knife's just back up now. Reclearing elbow, sees nothing.
Oh, look at the amount of movement.
Oh yeah, this is a really good one-person fake.
It's getting everything.
And it's just like, it's the only initiator, so it's like, surely the initiator would be with the pack.
We've only heard KO util.
Oh, it's giant. Yeah, and the B players just need to wait like, what, 10 more seconds?
Huge read from FUT.
Yeah, respect to FUT, they did not budge.
And they're going to be rewarded now, but can they still deal with it? Mr. Fallen's going to find Kadavra. The backline threat still going on. CNED in that battle, he's won it. Now the Dizzy comes in, and Yellowjay's got his. And now down to 2.
And this guy's like, wait, hold up.
Positioning.
This guy top mid.
Been an issue, but it gets just clocked.
This is a pretty cool round from Gentlemates. Mad respect from FUT for not even budging.
Don't have a plant here. Don't have a safe way to plant either.
Yeah, just good comms on just only the KO using util over towards A.
Where it is. For a bonus, still diligent, still very good.
Yeah, I would take this armor rebuy.
How the hell did they just didn't over-respond? They had such a good read there, FUT.
I think the Gentlemates had a great idea. They had the control of B main, they go back, they knife, they reclear. Hey, I don't see anything here yet. I'm gonna go progress a little bit further. He ends up getting a kill, Beaz. He keeps going in, but I think once FUT lost that player there, they realized, hey, like if we rotate now, we're not going to be able to get there in time anyways. Let's just hold our position. If they happen to come B, if it's a fake, we have a winning chance, a fighting chance. If they go A, we're in the retake anyways.
This is the scary part,
yeah,
though,
big round.
as soon as I start seeing those
one person from Gentlemates can buy. If they can actually use the res on this one.
So I wait with a little more bated breath than that, but this attempt has to be on point. I want to see what they run here, what they do, what the approach is. Beaz working towards ult as well. Still ways off. 1 off for Yellowjay, 2 away from
going
CNED,
close,
so
trying to hear the trip, no trip hard.
Quite nearby.
Similar opening to last round for Gentlemates, but this time they are grouping together back to A.
So you still got a captain here, and you've got CNED as well. We're seeing Crack sitting kind of, I guess, back B, top mid, just kind of holding in case anyone does decide to come through.
Would be a pretty good setup. Contact into flash into double swing. Ooh.
Yeah. And the one-way finally goes down, but they're ahead of this. Beaz going to keep that pressure there. Doesn't catch CNED on the knife, but they're committing to this. They're creeping much closer.
And then they just hold back over towards site. You've got a smoke in middle that kind of gives them the rotate if they want it. Atis still has Omen flash. 30 seconds in.
Them almost, right? It's like, oh, I know that knife and flash is here. And once again, if it's any more than just Beaz, okay, now they've seen more.
Double satchel to stop. On Omen flash, they can enable him to swing on site.
He needs help here. There's no way he gets to keep his life, or surely not. Oh my god. And it was individual. Takas on his own here. Krax gets a follow-up, secures his other side.
Dude, what a stun as well. This is really nicely done from FUT.
Spike can no longer make it towards the site. That's double digits for FUT.
I like the call because they had a setup to be able to fight over towards here, like contact into flash into double swing. But as the time got so low, they just knew they could just delay so well so the rotate could come in. Fell back into CNED, just playing back a sight, Omen flash. Once they come out.
Take a timeout.
Yes.
They absolutely need to. Right now, it's not even a matter
Yeah, and then they had flash over the top and stun.
They've been there all game. It's the execution. I'm going to bring it up again. It needs to be a little bit tighter.
Out aimed? I mean, this was a Yuto diff, that round.
They got spotted on the double peak, and they didn't instantly capitalize on CNED. They didn't instantly lock him down. He was stunned. He was paranoid. But the spacing
Maybe the
is
first
just
kill.
not there.
They get pretty important aim-wise.
Gotta get themselves in this. Again, when you're playing against the higher end of the table in this league, when you're playing against these teams who are ascending internationally, you leave those faults, you leave those flaws, they will be pressured, they will be made a problem of. Peekaboo, Mr.
Big
Fallen,
opening.
didn't expect that at all. Massive work from Takas,
Gun
gets a
down.
rifle. And keeps going, it looks like.
No way.
Okay, J. A weird start from both, really,
Scrappy.
but yeah, just messy stuff. There's still info there, plant
They're
is
looking like
in.
me out there.
Now remember, look at the purchase here for Gentlemates. It's sheriffs, it's bits and pieces, it's gonna be hard. Whalers has got to be the big man now. Ball's in place, Bayaz gets cleared. Sight down for Whalers.
Whoa!
That's the man you need.
All right, hold up.
3 back-to-back for him. And now 1v1. Yeah, the J's
Oy.
got him. 11
On with
for
it,
FUT.
though.
He's up, he's roaring.
Almost.
Gentlemates
Almost
got
stole the round.
dangerous there. They got close on that sort of round.
Whalers tucked
A
in just the
strange
whole
beginning
time.
over towards Market, but a round for FUT nonetheless.
That was a really good retake there, and I really love what J did there at the end. As he's getting Cypher scanned, he is on the spike defuse. He lets it scan him while he's defusing, instantly gets off, realizes that, hey, the peak's gonna come in now. He's able to capitalize on that. That AoE from that showstopper, and that lineup again. It's so many lineups this game. Usually it's been out of captain that's been getting them, but here, that big 3K for Whalers almost turned the tides.
Let's go. 11. Big scoreline. Gentlemates, what are you going to do now? What's the plan now? You've got to buy.
Yeah, I feel like they've had this for just
attack.
forever.
You got Cadaver's TP.
It's like round 3.
Yeah, that's the sting of it all. But it feels like they're waiting for that opportune moment, which I can't blame them. But at this point, they're going to run out of opportunities to even bring it in. Bay has 2 off from his Takas as well.
Shot.
Oh, CNED.
Okay, now's the round where they go to res, but you could imagine that FUT probably have a plan
That's
with
him
it.
removed from the round. I mean, res could come out.
Could just play it safe.
They might
refresh
want
it.
to get a
Breach
little bit more
damage.
space before they commit to that. But
Reach damage? Yeah.
oh,
Christ,
perfect.
Christ.
Oh,
Oh, man. So ready.
Yeah. Good.
Mr. Fallen. Just adding insult to injury on that one. There it goes. And they look a little lost without a plan here. It looks like they don't know quite where to go now. I'm surprised we didn't see a timeout hit for potentially this. I think they only used 1 in that first half here. You can already see the setup waiting. Got that Dizzy. You got to add a captain who'll get the spot first. Paranoia ready. Dizzy goes in.
Oh, that's
CNED
nice.
goes out. Just springboards forward. CNED and cracks in Unison. Whalers again trying to do what he can, but look at the odds against him. Look at the numbers against him.
Yeah, very,
What are
very
you
nice,
meant
man.
to
It's
do?
just been
12 for FUT. Feeling like
you
the
start
inevitable pressure is
factoring
hitting,
in
and
that this is
Gentlemates
with a double
running out of
pistol as
steam.
well.
FUT is a step ahead.
Yeah,
Every
the buy
single
rounds are
time.
just too
They
much.
knew as soon as they got that kill, let's keep the advantage. Mr. Fallen has that, knows that the body's there. They're pinging it, probably has that aftershock ready. I think if Gentlemates wants to invest that res, they need to put a little bit of pressure on the map, maybe break that market door, maybe run through middle a little bit to get Mr. Fallen off of that line. I think FUT is just thinking ahead of the situation, and Gentlemates is lagging behind on the decisions or the executions. We saw them in the first half. They had the right idea, poor execution. Second half, they still have the right idea, again, lagging behind in just the execution timing of things.
4 consecutive rounds here now for FUT. Do see a couple of ults for them. But on the other side,
Ultimates have famous people in their team to have that many fans. Yeah, it's like 3 owners, right? They're all giant.
Has that ult to bring into play. So if you've got a plan in mind, this would be the time to really implement it, right? You're not going to have any other chances at this. I hope they've got something kind of written down, kind of, you know, worked through that they can depend on here, because the purchase isn't great outside of that either. You're still gonna have Guardians here, light armor, there's still issues. This is still not the perfect round, but you gotta make it work here. Held on 6, Gentlemates.
Big chances, it's not gonna be long, man.
Because of the ults that they have.
Oh, Byron.
Usually it means fast
Got 2
towards
Byrons,
B.
this and this.
Could sometimes mean fast towards A. I wonder if FUT's gonna get in their faces to block it, but it
They
looks
got
like
a
they're not
KO
gonna
ult to stop the fish ult, there's at least that.
First.
And FUT are going aggro on this.
Okay, Takas has to get out here. I like this from FUT though, right out of the timeout, instantly gonna take some space somewhere, play something a little different, take the ult orb as well.
Insult to injury.
Yeah, and it's going to force, if Gentlemates want to take this space back, they've got to invest util towards it. They've got to show their hand a little bit here. Doing this contact would be pretty brazen. At least one of those stuns now used up here. Re-smoke deeper. This is a tricky situation. Mr. Fallen playing with fire.
So much time wasted.
Yeah, and then
40 seconds gone.
this smoke here and taking aggro over towards A. A lot of time and Omen Flash.
No Molly, no
And,
paranoia.
and KO and nades. Like, holy. This just shows like what a little bit of map control can do. Just how much you can actually get out of your opponent.
They still have that KO ultimate, but the big gamble stack for FUT, they have the camera watching elbow.
Especially as this comp again struggles to clear question marks, they kind of got to do that. Basically the knife or nothing.
Walk into their death.
Knife or just everybody util and bodies.
Just the fake TP there, and the burst comes in. Cena
It's so fast.
maybe preempt, try and hold him
Comps
back.
can
This
come
is
in these
good.
2 HP.
Gentlemates pressuring the issue. Takas opening the site. Now there's more players here than maybe Gentlemates would expect. Rez being kind of toyed with as well, going to get, who was it? Bayer's back on his feet. And it's down to Cracks and Yedajay. I don't think they'll be able to make as much impact as they'd
should
like.
be
They
impossible.
don't have control towards market. They have
Especially
very
Takas, get in the hill,
few
full
safe
HP, send it
springboards
again.
in, and already flanks on the way. Takas wants to threaten the back here too. Make sure this one's wrapped up, put a bow on. Lovely burst from Gentlemates.
FUT has nothing to lose here.
Time starting to dwindle.
Put down.
As Takas gone, make it costly.
Oh
Hell,
my.
they can get pretty close on this
Nah,
one.
should be so
Something makes
fine.
the fuse.
Yeah, but it's running low on time. Yedajay
Jesus.
making a damn good go of things.
Yeah, he's hitting some
He's
shots.
a nuisance, he's a
Oh
threat,
my, man.
And he's almost aced him. But he's just got no time. Has to try and back away, will lose life, as does Bayaz. So, FUT stopped at 12. Gentlemates get their 7th. That took a lot to get there, though.
It was expensive in the end there.
Yeah.
That's one of those situations where FUT had the perfect read of the situation. They knew it's going to be a B hit. They were in the perfect positions for it to deal with it, but I don't think they had a plan behind it. Hey, it's going to be B, let's stack B, but they didn't talk about who was going to go where, what they're watching, how they're going to respond to certain situations, and they fell apart.
Yedajay getting a nice little read here as
Everyone
well.
can get one
Knows
shot.
that the money is in a precarious place. That light armor's going to be coming out. So he gets to have the time of his life in a tank.
Well, at least they found the trip here
Just
early.
going right up middle. There's so many players here though already.
Oh, alright.
Banger of a shot from the tank.
Alright, man, you do you. Yeah, that was nice.
And they fade away slightly. FUT
Like the smoke
cleared
leaks out a little
behind
bit
this,
so you
though.
can
And now there
check
might
left
be a
and
little
right.
danger here. Got to be cautious. Could get overwhelmed. Gadama's gone down. The tank trying to hit some worthy shots, but these
Yeah,
trades have brought
and
it
we can
back
just
to
wait a
3v3.
little bit
Now
and
there
then
could be
use
some
the
issues.
Cypher
A
ult.
minute on the board and the ults come out.
This might be all she wrote. Yedajay with that outlaw as well against light armor, light shields.
Yep.
It's one bullet.
Oh, and he's got potentially 2 here. Forced off the angle well. A little bit of trade out.
Whoa, Takas. Alright, man.
The miracle worker in these moments, leaving
These
Mr.
some,
Fallen with
whoa.
nothing more to achieve. Takas, great work at the end there. I thought
How
that
many,
one was wrapped up, but there's life in them yet.
They still got some
How the
ults.
hell did they do that?
Hanging
Still
on
right.
by a
Thread?
thread.
Yeah.
By a thread.
Woof.
These mid fights, I mean, jeez, it's been actually 20 rounds of
yep.
messy, sloppy,
Pretty good, Lexi.
just a slugfest. Even the rounds you think are just like clean and over, 2 versus 4, I'm taking you all down with me. And everyone's dead to the spike explosion.
Yep. Okay, so we're going to see FUT's money held. They're going to take a lighter purchase here, just that Hero Vandal on CNED. The rest, Sherrison a Stinger. Obviously now
Oh no, the round where they don't put a drip here.
So they've got quite a bit of freedom here.
That's an attacker smoke.
Yeah.
Is that a bait
I mean,
to make them walk in? Wheeler spots him.
Yeah.
Did he see CNET?
He didn't see him, but
No.
oh, it's actually gonna matter.
It doesn't look like he did because no one else is turning around here.
Oh.
Bayaz, you might just get the
Oh,
chip.
nice shot from
Surprise of your
CNET.
life. Yeah, gonna catch him there. This is now an issue. They've got to kind of scramble back. And look, the spike over towards
stun.
tiles. As Yenajay's
Shot
found
as
the
well.
tech.
Nice
And
stun
now
on
there's
this.
problems galore
CNET's
everywhere.
played
Quick
this pretty well
TP,
as well.
Cadaver's
Just
in
jump
so
spotting over
much trouble.
towards spawn to
8
see if
HP,
he was
he's
there.
been
Didn't really
spotted.
take much of a risk.
Needs to get towards the site here. He's
8
crossing,
HP.
hoping for the best. He's
The good
praying
news
that
is
Takas
Wayless
has
has
his
a
back.
attack trip.
Luckily he does.
About
Gonna
it.
come in now. What a 3v4.
This guy could definitely wait for
Difficult.
Omen Flash.
Takas gonna get out of captain down.
He's going
Yeah.
for more.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
the nade came in
bold
as the
play,
Omen
but
Flash
I
happened.
guess with the rolling thunder and the showstopper, maybe they don't want to allow them a chance to bring it in, but the HP is so low. Look at it, 18 between the two of them. Takas and Kadavra barely breathing, barely alive, and above we go. Yenajay takes down one. They know Takas was close, stunned up, gotta hit that shot, and he can't. It's all
Oh,
Wayless,
devastating.
and he's got to face
Hey, nicely
the
done from FUT.
music, left in
Yeah, I mean, they
pieces.
just diffed them on buy rounds.
Close
They were
out
just better on this.
in the end, 13-8.
Jeez, I don't really have much more.